Hello everyone, today I'm here to do a book review. I'm actually be filming 2 book reviews today because I read 2 books in like a week and a half. Yeah, that happened. I personally can't believe it, but it happened, so I'm excited about it. Anyway, the first book I'm going to review for today is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. I am probably saying that very, very wrong and I apologize, but yeah, I'm probably going to pronounce a lot of names wrong in this book because there are some odd names, so I just want to put it out there. Do not comment and be like, you pronounced this wrong. I know, I'm very aware of that, and I apologize for it, so we're good to go, right? Anyway, Penguin sent this to me a while ago, and I didn't really expect much of it. I already know this book is being made into a movie, which is insane because it just came out, and it's actually the Booksplosions Book of the Month. If you don't know, that's a huge book group here on YouTube run by Christine, Jesse, and Kat, so I'm sure you already have heard of it, and a lot of you have already probably read it, so I thought I'd talk about it. Now, this is a fantasy book, and I love fantasy, but I don't read enough as I should, and the last amazing fantasy I've read is the Throne of Glass series, which is still going on, and I really wanted something else, and this one was amazing. I am so glad I read it, like, so happy. Like, it was so adventurous. It had a little bit of a love triangle, quadruple, whatever going on, and it was just so awesome. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, let's talk about it. I'm going to try to keep this spoiler free as much as possible, but I'm sure I'm going to talk about some spoilers, which I will warn you about. So, An Ember in the Ashes kind of is like an ancient Rome kind of take. It's in, like, yeah, she kind of goes back to that time, or, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty much about 2 main characters. We have Leia, oh my gosh, what's her name? Leia, that's her name, and then Elias, I'm gonna say Elias. Yeah, that sounds right. And it's pretty much from their both perspectives. They're both kind of on complete different sides, almost, but not really. So Layla is, this is gonna be such a hard thing to explain. So in this world, there are these scholars, pretty much, that tried to rebel and try to do things, and it didn't really happen for them, and they're kind of living in poverty and stuff. Then you got like this emperor going on, and Emperor Tao, I want to say, and he has this school, the Black Cliff or something academy, which they train like mask and stuff to one day these like augurs, that's what they're called, foresee the emperor falling, and they need to replace him one day. So that's what all these kids are trained for, is to one day be the next emperor, one of them. And so that's where Elias is. He is a student training at the Black Cliff, hopefully I'm saying that right, academy, and he hates it. He does not want to be anywhere a part of it. He doesn't believe in the empire at all. He thinks it's wrong. They just kill people all the time. They beat people if they do something wrong. It's just horrible. He wants out, so he's planning to escape. And then we have Leia, who is a scholar, and her brother is Darren, gets kind of in a finicky situation, and then he gets dragged off by the Silver Mask. And so she, her grandparents also get killed. So she goes after him and tries to help him out, and then she goes to the Resistance, which they are fighting the Empire in secret, and she is, has a mission to go to the commandment, like this, the head person of the whole school, and be her slave, and she is just the harshest person ever, and so she's gonna be like her assistant, slave, whatever, and she's just spy on them and give them back. So that's pretty much the whole gist about it. You have 2 people, one girl's just really trying to help her brother free him from this prison, and the other one's just trying to escape this whole empire. So eventually what happens is Elias was going to escape, and then the trials came, which they haven't been ever happening, and it's 3 trials, and 4 students get selected to, one of them will be the next emperor. And so when Oliver tells Elias, you know, you can run now, but you will eventually die, or you can accept your fate, and so he decides to stay, and things get really dicey, and it's just so interesting of a book to read. I really love this world. It was so reminiscent of ancient Rome, and it was just so amazing. Like, there was so much action going on, and the history is kind of confusing, but I feel like it's a little bit more understandable almost than Throne of Glass. Like, sometimes when I read Throne of Glass series, I get really confused. I'm like, oh crap. But this one I felt was a little bit more easier to keep up with. But overall, I loved it. There was like a love hexagon, I don't know what you call it, in this book. You have Layla, and she's interested in Elias, and she's interested in Keenan from the Representatives. So that they have like that love triangle. Then you have Elias, and he's interested in Leia, or is that her name? I don't know. And then Helene, and when I first read Helene, I didn't think I was going to like her as much as I did. Now I'm kind of almost on Team Helene. I like Leia, but I'm more drawn to Helene. Like, I love how strong she is, how she would do anything for Elias. And even, you know, as we go on further in the book, you see how much she's willing to risk for this boy. She just loves him, her whole heart, and he's very confused. Both Layla and Elias are very confused about their feelings for the other people. So it's like two love triangles going on. They both have like to decide who should they be with. So it's like, I'm kind of like, but then I'm like, I get it. It's just too many love triangles in my opinion, but whatever, it happens. Oh, that doesn't really take away from the story at all. I'd say it's a real minor part of the story. The majority of the story is about, you know, them each fighting their own battles. Who do I prefer more in this story, Elias or Leia? I'm going to say Elias. I really liked him. He has such inner turmoil in his character. Like, he really struggled with decisions and just struggling to do what was right and what he should do and his feelings. I really loved Elias. I loved him. Leia, I liked her. I felt like she has been through a lot, and I don't know. I like her, but she's not my favorite. My favorites are Elias and Helene right now. And I just like how they're both so strong, but they both have such strong feelings in a way. Not for each other, you know, kind of in a way, but they just are both very fighters. And I love reading people that are fighters because I would hope I would be like that, but who freaking knows? I could be like the one that's whimpering in the corner. But I just really loved this book. Like I said, it's already going to have a movie. And while I was reading it, I was trying to envision it as a movie. And I was like, this could really do well as a movie if they did it right. Because sometimes they don't do movies right when it comes to books. They really, really don't. And after reading it, I'm like, I really hope they get this right. Because I'll be upset because it is intricate, but I think it would be translated into a movie where it could be easily understandable. Because, you know, this whole world kind of, but then you have the 3 trials that really holds the plot whole together. So it kind of could translate into a movie for that. Like, you know, it would be 3 trials. Should he become emperor? Should he become not? Who's he gonna pick for love? So I'm like, it could be a good movie. Like, that's a very easily made into a movie. I feel like I'm going fast in this review, but I just have so many feelings, and I don't know. Like, I love this book. I read it so fast, which I was surprised because, if you can tell, this is a freaking hunker of a book. Well, is it? Yeah, it's like 440 pages. I'm going to say it, I am proud of myself for reading this. Like, I finished it and I was like, I need the next one. Is there going to be a next one? I'm pretty sure, but I love this book, and this book has kind of mixed feelings on Goodreads. There are some things I didn't like. They talked a lot about rape in this book and about how the men just can dominate any woman. They can just take her and break her and do whatever they want with her. I really hated that. I was like, ugh. But then I'm like, that's probably how it was back in the day. But then I'm like, this is still kind of a young adult book, so I don't know if we should go too far into that category because a lot of younger people read this, but I did not like that part at all. But I understood that it happened, but you know, it's kind of a finicky type of situation to deal with, okay? And what else didn't I like? Like I said, I don't love the whole 2 love triangle things, but I get it. If I could decide who would I pick, I love Elias and Helene. I would love that for that to happen, but I also love Elias and Leia. I do. So, I don't know. Keenan, I'm like, he's okay, but I feel like there's something to him that we don't know, and that he could be kind of a shifty character. So, I don't know about that one. That one I'm just kind of hesitant towards. As far as the other characters, you have that Marcus and Zachariah. Is it Zachariah? Oh, Marcus. Oh my gosh. I wanted to punch him and punch him forever. And I can't believe what had happened to him at the end of the book. I was like, we're all doomed. We are all doomed in this book. And what he did to his own brother, I was like, ugh, what an evil, evil, evil guy. And then you had the augur, what was his name? I loved Izzy and the cook. That was they were very good characters. Really, really kind of helped Elias out. I feel like he's going to be more in the book, and he's going to have a bigger prominent role in it, that he's going to maybe break the rules of his own. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, I'm trying to keep this spoiler free so everyone can watch this review. I would say if you're looking for really good epic fantasy, pick it up because it's amazing. And if I flew through it, I think a lot of people can. The plot is kind of easily understandable. It's got some things in there you may have to reread again. There is a little bit of love for everyone that's interested in that, but like I said, 2 love triangles. 2 very strong characters. Elias very much more so than Leia. This book has a little bit of something for everybody, honestly. So just read it. I'm excited. I don't know when the movie's coming out or if it definitely is coming out, but I will say I'm excited for that, and it looks awesome. Like, it's very action, adventure-y, romancy a little bit, and just the whole, it's very, very, so good. I gave it 5 out of 5 because I adored it and I ate it up, and it was just amazing. So yeah, definitely check it out. If you have read An Ember in the Ashes, please let me know what you thought of it down below. And yeah, that is all for me, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Penguin sent this to me, and I literally like drooled when I got it. I was like, oh my gosh. You guys know how much I love Sarah Dessen, and I adored this book so